Welcome back. If this is indeed the end of the almost 5-week search for Brian Laundrie, it is not the end that anyone involved in this case necessarily wanted. Even a years-long manhunt would hold the prospect of eventually finding answers and seeking justice. My next guests suffered the same horrific losses as Gabby Petito's family, but they also saw their children's killers punished. Marc Klaas is the father of Polly Klaas, who was kidnapped from a slumber party back in 1993 when she was only 12 years old. Polly's body, strangled like Gabby Petito, was found 2 months later. Erin Runnion is the mother of Samantha Runnion. Samantha was kidnapped from her front yard in 2002 when she was only 5. Her body was found the next day. Thank you to both of you for joining me tonight. Erin, can I begin with you with this notion that the Petito family may be looking at the end of this saga, but also this puzzle, and may not get the answers nor the conclusion that they were looking for. You at least saw your daughter's killer punished. What would it have been like if you saw this instead?
You know, I think that any way you slice it, it's tragic. Like, the family is going to have what-if questions forever. I know I do, and I went through the whole experience of a trial, but there's a timeline, and I don't know everything that happened on it. And unless the perpetrator tells you that, you'll never know. And that is a really hard reality to live with, and I know Marc feels similarly.
Yeah, Marc, I would love to hear your same thoughts on that question.
I'm sorry, Ashley? Same question?
What if things had gone what if things had gone differently for you in justice for Polly? If Richard Allen Davis had just been found, dead in a swamp, would you have felt that there was some justice? Did you want to see him, as the Petitos, you locked away forever, or even go to the death chamber?
Yeah, listen, Ashley, I believe that if Richard Allen Davis had been found dead and there was conclusive proof that he had murdered Polly, it would have been the best possible outcome. And I believe that this is the best possible outcome. That's assuming, as I do, and I believe everybody else is assuming, that Laundrie is the person that killed Gabby. Because moving into a trial isn't necessarily about finding your answers, because everything that comes from the defense will be completely and totally self-serving. What it is, in fact, it's reliving the last couple of hours of your child's life in excruciating slow motion as they dissect the minutia of the occurrences, how he took her, what he did with her, how he murdered her, having to look at evidence, having to be quiet, sitting just a few feet away from the killer, not being able to make eye contact with the jury. It's a horrible thing to go through. And look at Richard Allen Davis. He was put on death row, but the governor of California 2 years ago declared a moratorium on the death penalty, and now he wants to take all of those prisoners and put them into a general population. So I think the demise of the perpetrator, as long as we're sure that that's the individual, is by far the best outcome in this kind of a situation.
So, Erin, Samantha's killer, Alejandro Avila, same circumstance, sentenced to death, commuted to life. And I wonder for you if you would have just preferred him to go away so that you would not have had decades of his story, of his reality, of his life. Or do you feel, as the Petitos do, that you do want him to suffer in a box for the rest of his natural life?
I think you would have gotten a very different answer from me, so close to Samantha's murder. I think over time, our perspective changes, and I have always wanted him to just go away. I resent that he is forever linked to my family in any way, that his face is always shown in conjunction with my daughter's makes me physically ill. And it is tragic that we have to go through the appellate process, even when he was sentenced to death, that's a mandatory appellate process. We go through, I got the call about the first mandatory appeal because of the death penalty on Samantha's 16th birthday. It's a hard process, and it doesn't end with the trial, and it doesn't end with his death. It is something that I will carry with me forever in one capacity or another. But yeah, I wish we could just forget about the perpetrators.
Marc, Klaas, do you think that the Petitos could find that resolution or that inner peace, that the vengeance might mitigate if, in fact, these remains are Brian Laundrie's? And it is over for them. It is over. There will be no trial. There will be no reliving. They won't maybe get what they're thinking now, but they won't have to go through decades of hell.
Well, listen, their future is going to be very, very challenging for a long, long time. There's no closure in a situation like this when you have your heart shattered. The best you can hope to do is put those shards back together and move on with a new reality that's informed by the murder and the death of your child. But time gives you an ability to deal with this pain in better ways. And for me, it was very therapeutic to work to make Paulie's death mean something. It became the thing that ultimately made me whole again, but even that took about a decade. It's a very difficult future for them moving forward, but I firmly believe that they're better off with this character dead, this bully and this coward who took the life of their precious daughter. He doesn't deserve to be on the earth if she's not on the earth any longer.
Marc, Klaas, and Erin Runnion, God bless the both of you. I'm so appreciative for your wisdom, and I thank you for joining me tonight on this extraordinarily difficult night for the Petitos. Thank you.